Yo, how's it going everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Journey series. Today we're going to be covering episode 112. Ash and the others return back to Alola. And Ash himself competes in a battle royale against Kukui, Gladion, and Kiawe. So how was this episode overall? Well, before I get into the episode review, you guys know the drill. If you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty awesome if you would do that. Since Lily reunited with her father, they headed back to the Alola region, where Hala actually holds a feast for the return of Moan. As he promised back in Sun and Moon, if Moan were to return back to the Alola region, he'd hold a feast in his honor. So yeah, they're having that feast, they're all hanging out. There's some pretty interesting conversations here, like Lana and Koharu have a pretty interesting conversation about Eevee, and how Lana's Eevee is basically like Ash's Pikachu, it doesn't want to evolve, so she's just keeping it as an Eevee. So that's another possibility for Koharu's Eevee, it could just stay an Eevee. Then we get the neat revelation that Ash's classmates at the Pokemon school have been watching his Pokemon World Championship battles. Lily and Gladion have also been watching them, which Gladion seems to be a little embarrassed about that, which I think that's pretty cool. But it turns out Kiawe's not here because as soon as he learned that Ash and Lily were heading back, he decided to go off and seclude himself, training to battle Ash once again. Now later on at the Kukui residence, Ash learns that he's going to be participating in a battle royale match. His opponents are a mystery except for one, that being Kukui himself. Ash initially thinks that he's going to be facing off against the Masked Royal, but Kukui reveals that he's actually going to be facing off against Ash just as himself, as Ash is actually the star here, not the Masked Royal. Since Ash is Alola's champion, everyone's going to be cheering on for him. He's the main star, he's the main attraction here. Anyways, we're at the Battle Royale arena, and it's revealed that Ash's mystery opponents are Kiawe and Gladion. And interesting enough, Gladion is battling with Nidalego. Apparently, the previous night, Gladion walked off to do some training. Obviously, Ash is in the Master's 8, and Gladion wasn't able to participate, so he wants to do some training. He wants to get stronger and face off against Ash once again. So all of his Pokemon are doing some training. It turns out that Nidalego here actually wants to battle. And despite probably not getting a ton of training, it got a little bit here. So, yeah, Gladion is using Nidalego here to battle. So it's pretty interesting. Everyone's pretty shocked that he's using an Ultra Beast. But yeah. So the battle begins, and everybody just goes straight for Ash's Pikachu. They're just trying to take him down first. He is the main star here. He's the lowest champion, and they all want to defeat him. I find it kind of interesting because it kind of parallels Kukui too, because back in Sun and Moon with Masked Royal being so popular and so powerful, everybody just went straight for him, but he just took them down each time. Seems like the same thing is happening to Ash here, but Pikachu is struggling quite a bit, but Ash seems to be holding his own. Surprisingly, he actually takes quite a bit of damage here, but he actually manages to repel Incineroar's attacks a few times, which I thought was pretty neat. But Kiawe and Gladion both want to defeat Ash. And interesting enough, that's basically what they were saying in their match in the semifinals in the Alola League. They wanted to face off against Ash in the finals and take him down. And eventually they end up turning on one another and they start fighting each other. And the interesting thing here is that Kiawe actually defeats Gladion, Marowak takes down Nidalego, and Gladion is the first one that's eliminated. So that was a pretty big shock. It's also interesting to note that Kiawe actually told Gladion that he wouldn't lose next time, so he ended up fulfilling his promise and actually defeated Gladion. So yeah, so Gladion is out first. With Gladion out of the way, Kiawe attempts to take down Ash by having Marowak use a Z-move, which Ash actually manages to evade. Yeah, Pikachu just barely manages to escape the Z-move, which that was kind of a crazy feat in this episode. But anyways, while they're distracted, Kukui over here has Incineroar use Darkest Lariat, which actually takes out Marowak. So it's just between Ash and Kukui now. With the match just between Kukui and Ash now, it really does feel like the end of the Alola League, with Ash clashing against Kukui, in which everyone is cheering Ash now, calling him the champion. He's representing Alola in the Masters 8. And even Gladion and Kiawe actually cheer on Ash for him to win in the Masters 8. So they all basically cheer on Ash to go to his max power, using his ultimate move, Pikachunium Z, against Incineroar's Z move. So they clash, and the result of this battle is unknown, I think it's pretty clear that Ash probably won, but it's left to our own interpretation. In the aftermath of the battle, Ash is basically hanging out at the beach outside of Kukui's residence. He actually mentions that he's actually glad that he came to Alola, and that's when Tapu Koko actually shows up and cheers on Ash, cheering him on in the Masters 8 that's coming up very soon, as this episode draws to an end. So yeah, this episode was fantastic. There was a lot to love in this episode. Where do I start with it? So, I loved a lot of the cameos we got in this episode. Obviously, we got Mallow's brother coming back. I was kind of surprised by that. I wasn't expecting his brother to show up. Obviously, Mallow's dad, the Alola gang. We had the Aether family reuniting with Faba, Wick, Lily's butler. They all miss Moen. Rotom Dex is back as well. Obviously, he's doing some research in the Aether Foundation. So he's back. Obviously, Kukui, Burnett, and Baby Lee are back as well. And then other interesting cameos. Obviously, Hala's here. We had How and Decidueye. And also Team Skull. I wasn't expecting that. But I love the fact that they showed up here. It was nice to see them again, even if they were in non-speaking roles. So yeah, the cameos were nice in this episode. Another thing I really liked in this episode is the fact that it really does feel like Ash has actually progressed a lot as a trainer. Obviously, he won the Alola League, but everybody cheering for him, that felt so satisfying to watch. The fact that his classmates are watching his Pokemon World Championship matches shows that, yeah, he's becoming quite the celebrity. He's a celebrity in Alola, but it seems like everybody around the world actually knows him now, so that's actually crazy. And then, obviously, towards the end of the episode, Tapu Koko actually acknowledging him, too. So all of this is really nice. It just shows that he's coming really far. He's actually representing Alola. They even say that in the episode. And they all want him to win the Masters 8 tournament. So, all of this it just feels really nice. And I love that the episode did this. They didn't actually have to go this far, but I appreciate this episode for doing this. It shows that Ash has actually progressed quite a lot as a trainer, and we get to see his accomplishments on display here, and we'll see it even further in the Masters 8 tournament. And lastly, I believe that this is probably going to be the final episode taking place in Alola Within Journeys, and if so, I'm actually fine with that. This episode felt like a satisfying end to Alola. If this is the last time we're ever going to see Alola in the series, I'm satisfied. The characters got good closures. They're going to be going off and doing their own stuff. Obviously, Gladion's going to get stronger. Kiawe's going to get stronger. All the characters are going to develop in their own ways. And we have Ash acknowledged as Alola's champion here. So, if this is it, if we're never coming back to Alola again, I'm just completely satisfied. We'll probably see cameos here, like maybe them watching Ash face off against Leon or something like that. Or maybe they'll appear in person, who knows. But as for the Alola region, I'm pretty sure this is the last time we're going to be there. And if so, I'm fine with it. This just felt like a great way to send off the series, or send off the Alola region. Alrighty guys, that's all I got for this episode review. So yeah, a fantastic episode. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 as well. I mean, I think last week's episode was slightly better than this, but I think both of them are 10 out of 10 episodes. Just amazing stuff. And holy crap, 2 10 out of 10 episodes in a row? What is this, Journeys? I don't think I've given 2 episodes in a row 10 out of 10 within this series. But they managed to pull it off here, so yeah, I gotta give it to Journeys. I enjoyed both of these episodes, and obviously involved the Sun and Moon characters, so that's another bonus there. But anyways, what do you guys think of these episodes, or this episode in particular? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Just let me know your general thoughts, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And guys, have a great day or night wherever you're at, and I'll see you all later. Bye.